All right, let's see the SWAT truck pit. Got pit maneuver. I can't find my button. That's right there. I found it. Ah.
Get the bad guy, that's a double win. That's the big win. But you know, right now their plan basically is what we see right there. Just kind of stay behind them. Reckless driving, we're not seeing that.
This
so
was alive? Wow.
you know, it's a difficult call. You know, how do you solve that? You know, this is the life of law enforcement. This is what's might be going through this guy's head right now, or whoever the supervisor is in this pursuit, because you know, how long do you, like you said, how long do we chase this guy, and what do we do to try to bring this thing to an end? It is really a difficult process, and again, one of those ones where sometimes I think to myself, I'm glad I'm just a guy sitting in the back of a helicopter running a camera and watching these things, because I wouldn't want to be the one making those decisions, because I know me, and I
just wonder with the people, because I mean, look, I'm 40 minutes in. Yeah, this is the is this the same place that does the actual live? Is this the same one? Yes, it is. I see it. Never mind. I don't know. But the poor guy, he has to be talking like the whole time. He's like, what do I say now? How do I say the same thing but change it up? You know?
Make that decision that would probably get me in trouble, but maybe bring this thing to an end.
Yeah, it's a difficult decision to make. Of course, they're following his pattern and any information they could gather from what's going on down below, and possibly the original want as well.
Yep.
Stu, I asked you earlier about some...
Is that the buddy again?
Communication.
We're back to the orange guy. Sweet divots. Look at that.
Is he trying to take
Lady.
the bite?
It's Orange Lady, I think.
And he took something from that...
The freaking man's getting chased by multiple cops with a helicopter over him, and the dude just tried to yoink a freaking bike off the top of a roof of a car in a semi. What were you gonna do with that? That's not gonna fit through that tiny window. We're gonna try to throw it in the back and hope it sticks. you know, I feel like I've lost hope for anything.
Off the roof.
Whoa! Yeah!
Okay.
You wondered how they were going to pit it?
We didn't see that coming.
That's how they're going to do it. Woo! Where did that come from? Whoa, sweet.
That reminds me of Most Wanted, when those freaking SUVs came out of nowhere, just straight ahead. You literally had a fraction of a second to make a decision.
Did you see that? Now that's going to be probably the Orange County. Let me see what agency that is. I believe either it's LAPD or Orange County. But boy, the game has changed, hasn't it? No more of those little cruisers. Now we got the big boys in here. Definitely SWAT. There's no doubt about that. And I'm kind of venturing to say, and now we're seeing it. Like that big rig driving.
It's still going.
It didn't do much. And that was a hard hit too. That was a hard hit right to the side. And that's kind of what I was saying also with the cruisers. If one of those little cruisers would have tried to do a pit maneuver and hit one of those tires, it'd probably just take off the bumper of the cruiser. This is an armored vehicle. This is like a real...
Can you imagine, like, hey, who's the driver of the armor truck? Oh, that'd be me. Hey, you want to chase a car? Yeah, you want to chase the semi? We can't pit it. Can you try to pit it in the armored car, the SWAT truck? Heck yeah, I would. Where's the keys? I'm in it. Let's go.
Serious armored vehicle. Boy, I hope we do a story on what those things can do and what they can handle. But at any rate, there you go. That's how the game is going to change. Now he or she behind the wheel of that armored vehicle, they might be able to do another pit maneuver, and they might be able to spin this thing around. And then, of course, it's how do you block it in? He's got to. It's still not. It's not a done deal. That is for sure. But definitely a game changer.
Tires off of that one RV.
I mean, things I feel as though escalated as far as danger, because obviously this individual, and I would like to welcome everyone to G Daily Plus right now. Our viewers from Channel 13 joining us right now as we watch this pursuit, which began in Fontana, and we've been watching this since about 10:15 or so. Stu and Skyfox giving us a play-by-play. As I was saying, I stopped to welcome all of you, but what we were watching was this attempted pit maneuver with a SWAT vehicle, which is something we don't see often, but obviously we're dealing with a the cab there, a tractor trailer there, and it's a big, heavy vehicle, so they can't just use a regular police vehicle to attempt a pit maneuver. It does appear, as we take a closer look, Stu, that some damage obviously was done, but not enough to stop this vehicle. But as a result of bringing in a SWAT vehicle to do the pit maneuver, I feel as though it did escalate things. I do feel like there's a bit more of a sense of urgency and a bit more tension. We did see speeds pick up of the driver. So things definitely changed. This changed the game.
What's the plan, sir?
Definitely changed the game, and I hope everybody switched over to Channel 13 and is continuing on with us here at Fox. But check that out. Definitely took out that saddle, that tank saddle right there, and it's definitely leaking some fuel. Those tires used at some point, we actually saw like it on the wheels, but we also saw a trail behind it, like there it is. You can see like right there where he made that turn. So it's definitely splashing. This other vehicle right here, that's probably going to be some other SWAT officers that are probably going to be there to assist as this thing definitely comes to an end. Now, you know, this is the thing also. Now we're leaking fuel. So is this going to be enough to bring it to to stall out that engine? Is it going to be enough? His driving definitely picked up. The adrenaline definitely picked up. The speeds, everything. So yes, it definitely changed the game. That driver of the Bearcat, that's the official name or the brand of the armored vehicle, definitely did an amazing job. And God, it took me by surprise, I'll tell you that. I didn't see that coming. But right now, the pursuit definitely continuing, and now we're back into that same neighborhood. And again, orange shirt. I'm not sure if that was the same orange shirt, but I think it was. I'm not 100%. So there must be some connection over here, be it just, you know, they know each other or something. But there's definitely a passenger there as well, so we don't, like you said, don't know any of the relationships, don't know who's who, and we don't know the players, but we do know some of these players. And that armored vehicle, that can do another pit maneuver. Is he going to have that opportunity? Hopefully soon. We'll see what happens out here. But that definitely changed up the game. Fontana PD seems to have fallen back a little bit. Busy street out here. Busy street. Busy street. And is running, is going through a red light. What do we got? Doors open. What's he? Yeah, was he going to jump out? What's the plan here?
Do it.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, he's getting in front of him. Oh, baby.
Blocking him in.
And there's some of the other SWAT team.
Wow.
Just going to box him in.
This is the closest
I got to wonder. I got to wonder if this thing just ran out of fuel or if he just kind of changed his mind. But, boy, I tell you, having some weapons pointed at you is going to change your attitude. Check him out. The passenger, hands up, like right out the box.
Do you see the cell phone in hand there? At least that's what it looks like.
Yep, definitely has something in his hand. Maybe he's recording. Who knows? But the driver, we're going to kind of make a turn, see if we can get back over to the other side. We're not up here by ourselves.
Yo!
But at any rate, you can see
that's, I mean, you brought this upon yourself, but that's scary. Oh my gosh.
Right out the box.
Do you see the cell phone in hand there? At least that's what it looks like.
Yep, driver. We're going to kind of make a turn, see if we can get back over to the other side. We're not up here by ourselves. But at any rate, you can see law enforcement really rolling in here. I thought Fontana PD backed off, but boy, oh boy. And there's a lot of guns down there and a lot of bullets. I hope nobody gets hurt. But right now, the driver, we don't know if that door is open. We don't know if he can open the door. Yeah, door's definitely opening. There you go. You can see the mirror. So the driver and passenger stepping out. And and the dog's ready to go if needed. So we'll see what happens. And, you know, go ahead.
It's interesting to see the tactic, very different tactics after all these pursuits that we've seen. This time, law enforcement going straight in, straight up to the cab, not giving space, not letting these people do anything in terms of giving them space. So these law enforcement officials went straight up. The driver backing up now, arms up, out of the cab. They're going to make the arrest.
Definitely. And it's all policy. It's all policy. And policies can change in some places just between divisions. You might, CHP, I can tell you when it's CHP Ventura, those guys are still cowboys out there, and they will bring a pursuit to an end quickly. But the ones in the valley, they have a different policy, and they have Fontana PD. Maybe they got their SWAT guys in place. Or if this is Orange County, I can't quite get the name right there. Is that say Orange County or North County? So this actually might be a Fontana SWAT department that actually joined the pursuit, which is, it says North, so this could be Fontana. And that is amazing that they wanted to take this guy in, and they did.
And he'll be taken into custody as well.
But this went on since 10:15 this morning, so quite some time, this pursuit taking a toll.
It's almost been an hour they were chasing this thing. It's 11:07. They said it started at 10:15. Yeah, basically an hour that they've been working on us. No, this isn't live. This was live at one point.
All on law enforcement, as well as other drivers on the street, not knowing what was going to happen. And a swift end to this pursuit of a semi with different plates was the...
Oh, where's that pit again? I don't know, where is it? Where he just comes out of nowhere. Okay, there he is right there. He's falling right there.
This is the life of law enforcement. This is what might be going
where's
through.
That pit again? Let me see it. Let me see
this guy's head right now, or whoever the supervisor is in this pursuit. Because like you said, how long do we chase this guy? And what do we do to try to bring this thing to an end? It is really just the guy sitting. Because I wouldn't want to be the one making those decisions, because I know me, and I would make that decision that would probably get me in trouble, but maybe bring this thing to an end.
Yeah, it's a difficult decision to make. Of course, they're following his pattern and any information they could gather from what's going on down below, and possibly the original want as well. Stu, I asked you earlier about some...
that's when he's trying to steal the bike.
Orange guy. Sweet divots. Look at that. It's Orange Lady. It's Orange Lady, I think.
And he took something from that car.
There it is. Bam!
Oh, okay.
I mean, he got shoved.
There you go. That's how they're going to do it.
Shoot, even the helicopter people didn't even see this guy pulling up. Surprise! Perfect timing. Thank you for trying to steal that bike. Allow me to get to you just in time. Good pit. Good pit. That was good. Hi, Fatal. You type impossibly fast with accuracy. Your skin is so pale and sweaty. Your eyes turn red because of how long you look at the screen. You don't go outside to touch grass. How long have you been gaming? 5 hours. How long have you actually been gaming? A while? I know what you are. Say it. Out loud. Say it! A gamer. That's right. This is the skin of a gamer! This is the website where I go for my subs. My GamerSupps. And this is the code I use for checkout. Spit. It's like a coupon. It's wonderful. And you have the energy to play and focus on the games? It gives me so much energy. The energy and caffeine-free tubs are sugar-free, keto-friendly, and diabetic-safe. The Gamerade is a creatine plus hydration with 0 caffeine, 0 sugar, and key electrolytes to keep hydrated. Not only that, the AFK versions help aid in my body's natural sleep cycle too. It makes it even better when I use code SPIT at checkout to save money. So what kind of flavors are there? There's Crimson Moonburst, a strawberry candy flavor, Klaxosaurus Blood, a kiwi watermelon, and After Hours, blackberry and cherry flavor. Those sound succulent. I'll be sure to use code SPIT at checkout. I want to be a gamer like you.